Hi, hello, editing me to start this video because this video was originally supposed to go up earlier in the week, like on Wednesday of this past week. However, then I hit 2,000 subscribers, so then I did a Q&A video. And so I was supposed to have this one up as well as a video that I found lost footage of from over the summer that I was like, this video is kind of ridiculous, but I'm gonna put it up anyways. And it was gonna be like that old video, then this video, and then whatever was next week, but then I put up my Q&A. So my just video schedule got messed around a little bit, but this was like a weekly reading vlog, so I want to get this one up first. So if I reference any videos in this intro here that was like just a little like odd video idea that I don't know if anyone cares about, but I thought personally was fun to make. I will be uploading that hopefully shortly soon. I don't know. I'm hoping to put this one up on Saturday, and then hopefully that one will be up later. So I just wanted to note that though for you guys, that if like I mention any videos, my just like whole editing schedule and upload schedule just got messed around getting that Q&A video up. So I'm gonna finish editing this one and then have it up, and then I will have my little random ass video coming after this. All right, so I'm supplementing you guys with an extra video this week because my video on Tuesday, I had completely forgotten that I had filmed until I was going through my phone. I'm not expecting much from that video, and I don't think that, you know, it's content that a lot of people care about, but it was more just fun for me to like sit down and talk and make. To like offset that, I'm also gonna be doing like a weekly reading vlog, like a what I read in a week kind of video, because I just don't know if anyone cared about that earlier video. So yeah, so it's Thursday, October 21st when I'm starting this, and currently right now I'm actively reading 4 books, but I have 5 started. It's been a lot lately, so let's quick run through everything that I'm reading right now. So the one that I'm closest to second closest to finishing is Queen of Shadows, the 4th book in the Throne of Glass series. I've been doing a reread on this series. I'm literally loving it so much. This is one of my favorite series ever. So it's just it's a good comfort read. And so I'm like, I don't know, 2/3 of the way through. I'm loving this one. I don't have any complaints about it. This is one of my favorite books. I think this is like my 3rd favorite in the entire series overall. So I'm enjoying rereading that. I am reading The Love Hypothesis by Hazelwood. I'm also really enjoying this. This is just a slow going book for me, because am I stupid or does anyone else kind of feel this way when they really are like excited about a book and really loving a book, like so much so that you almost like slow down a little bit because you want to like savor that feeling? Is anyone else like that, or is that just dumb? I'm only a few chapters in so far, but I just think it's so good. And then on my Kindle, I'm reading 2 books. I'm reading Air by Katie Robert, which is the 2nd book in her Bloodline Vampire series. I'm not liking this one as much as book 1. I'm kind of glad that it's shorter. I mean, both of these books so far are shorter, but this one, I don't know. I just think like kind of the plot has gone out the window a little bit, and it's just kind of about her and the dudes, which is fine. But I don't know. I'm just not like loving this one as much as I loved the first one. Like the first one was just a lot of fun, and this one just is not as much. So I'm close to finishing that one. I think I only have like 40 minutes left in it. And then the other one I'm reading, which I'm loving, is Bad Boys Break Hearts by Macaulay Smelter. This has been on my TBR for literally a year and a half. Like I wanted to read this series for so long, and I just was never in the mood for it. And it always, like, it's a thick book, so I always assumed that it would take me a while. And then when I started reading it, I'm like flying through it. Very easy writing. I really like Macaulay Smelter's writing. Obviously, if you know me, you know that Sweet Dandelion is my fucking jam. One of my all-time favorite books of all time. If you have not read it yet, go read it. I'm like a Sweet Dandelion hype account over here. And I'm really getting like similar, and not in any ways like the storytelling, the taboo level, nothing of that. I'm just getting a very similar feeling where I'm just like really enjoying the story, really enjoying the writing, really just like vibing with it. I'm about 40% of the way through that one, and I'm really, really loving it. And I do have some other Halloween books that I want to get around to. So I'm hoping that this week and this weekend and next week I can finish up some of these, so that way I can get started. Haunting Adelaide is next on, Haunting Adeline is next on my TBR, and I want to still get around to Gothicana in the month of October. So I'm hoping tonight, because it's Thursday, no Survivor, no Dancing with the Stars, no Bachelorette, no TV on. So I'm hoping to get to at least finish Air. that's what I'm hoping to do tonight, and then we'll see as it goes. I only work half days on Fridays, and I don't have anything besides Jess's live show tomorrow night to do after I'm done with that. So I'm hoping that I can just read a lot of the time on Friday. I am hoping that by the end of the weekend, I can have all 4 of these books done. Is that ambitious? Yes. But are we gonna try? Yes. All right, I have you propped up in my cabinet there, so I don't know how the sound's gonna be here. I'm finishing making some coffee. It is Friday morning before I have to log on to work, so I'm just making my coffee and going to eat breakfast quick. However, I just wanted a quick update that last night I did finish one of the books that I was trying to read this week. Also, I just made a double shot of espresso, and then I'm making a mocha, so I'm using chocolate milk to make that because that is way easier than buying regular milk and then having to add mocha sauce in it. Just use chocolate milk, it's like the same thing. So I finished Air last night, which I don't know. I mean, like it was fine. It was fine. Also, why does my hair always look the worst on days when it's the cleanest? Does that make sense to anyone else? Like my bangs don't know what to do when they're clean. It was fine. Definitely not like, OMG, I need book 3 now by any means. I don't know. It just lost some of its like fun to me that it had in the first book. The first book was just like a fun time. You know, it was hot, it was steamy, it was vampires, like it was a little bit of cool plot setup and stuff. But this one, I just genuinely don't care about. Like, the plot wasn't there. I even thought that her relationships with the guys just felt kind of, like, stagnant for me. I don't know. I was just overall, like, kind of bored by it. But, I mean, yeah, there were still, like, fun, sexy times. So, I mean, at least that was still there. But overall, like, that one was a bit of a disappointment for me. So I'm glad that it was short. I don't think I like that espresso as much. I got some new capsules when I ordered from Nespresso because I normally get the iced, I think these are the iced Ligero ones. These ones are my favorite. And then I also get, I think these are like the Bianco Forte ones or something. They're both like double shots. And then so when I ordered new sleeves, I was like, oh, I'll try a sleeve of these. And they're the Scuro. And again, they're like double shots. I don't think I like these ones as much. Yeah, verdict is in. Scuro pods are not where it's at. If you have an espresso, it's not the vibe. Alrighty, so it's still Friday. I just cleaned myself up a bit because in about 30 minutes now, I'm going live with some other booktubers on Jess's channel, so I'm very excited for that. Also, like, kind of nervous in a way because nothing, I don't know, one, I've like never talked to any of these people like not over DMs or anything, and I'm just like kind of an awkward person, I feel like, unless I know you personally. I don't know, I feel like my sense of humor is sometimes people are just like, you're a little off the rails. Kind of like how on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, some people are like, Sutton's just a little odd. I kind of feel that way sometimes. But anyways, I love Sutton, my queen. And also like, it's live. Like, at least with this, whenever my brain buffers or I sound stupid, I can edit it out. Or same with popcorn chats. Like, obviously we can like go back and edit that out. Like if there are any, I don't know, like weird things that come up, but we can't do that on here. So anyways, I'm excited. I'm just having some dinner, just having some pasta. Because I didn't feel like cooking, so just leftover pasta, and I'm watching some, let's see, can I flip it around? I'm watching some Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, getting caught up on the few episodes that I'm behind on of this season. I didn't read that much this afternoon. Actually, I ended up watching a lot of America's Next Top Model. Strangely, that show used to be my favorite. And then I saw a TikTok talking about it recently and I was like, I'm gonna go back and watch some old seasons. So I got sucked into that. So I read maybe like 100 pages in Queen of Shadows, but not as much as I was hoping to get through. I'm not gonna force myself to read if I don't want to. So yeah. One of my favorite scenes actually just happened in Queen of Shadows. It was the fight between Aelin and Manon. I just love to see like the respect between two all-powerful women and just like acknowledging that the other, even though they're like enemies, that like the other's a badass. I just love that mutual respect. All right, the live show is done. So now I'm making two little like Snoopy sugar cookies and I'm gonna sit down and read for the rest of the night. If anyone tuned into the live show, first of all, thank you. I know a lot of people are tuning in, but I don't know if anyone knew who I was. But it was, I can't get these to fit. Do you ever like take something out of your fridge or freezer and you're like, how did it ever fit in there? Because it won't go back. But yeah, it was super fun. It was a little nerve-wracking only because like I don't like know a lot of people in the romance community in general. And so it's just like, it was kind of nerve-wracking going into a group of people that like I think know each other and like I didn't, but they were all so nice and it was so fun. And I just love talking about romance books. And I think I'm gonna read in Queen of Shadows because it is a weekend night and it's almost 8 o'clock. I think I might be able to finish Queen of Shadows tonight. That's ambitious. If my attention span can stay on my book, I think I can finish it. I have like about 180 pages left. You're looking fabulous on this fine weekend morning. So last night I did end up finishing Queen of Shadows. Oh, wow, I just completely blocked. Also, the lighting's weird. Hold on, we'll go over here. So fucking good. Still, like, on my initial rating when I first read the Throne of Glass series, it was my third favorite. And I still think it's probably going to stay there. I don't really see it surpassing Empire of Storms or Kingdom of Ash. But I think it's like solidly solidified its third place position. Because that book just really is kind of like perfection to me. I don't really have a single complaint about it. It's never like you get to a chapter and you're like, ugh, I don't feel like hearing from them. Like all of the chapters are good. And I love seeing the convergence of the characters. So like when Manon and Dorian meet and then Manon and Aelin meet, like that just pays off so much. Like in Game of Thrones, when the Starks finally got reunited, it was like, oh my God, thank you. Like this is what I've been waiting for. And like seeing Dany meet the other people, like that was just so rewarding. So I kind of feel the same way in this book. Excited. I love the last 3 books. I also love Tower of Dawn. I know a lot of people don't like that one. I personally love it. I think it's Kale's Heir of Fire, Mist and Fury journey, and I just live for those kind of books. I'm not gonna start reading right away. I have some like cleaning I need to do. Like I have this giant box pile that has just been accumulating that the kitties love to play in, but I think their playtime's done with it. I think I need to like vacuum and just do some like general picking up. Look at that artificial color. I mean, maybe it's not artificial, it's pumpkin, who knows? But anyways, that's what I'm gonna do this morning, and yeah, let's get rolling. Okay, we're propped back up in the cabinet over here because I just made, is this still hot? Oh, that's still hot to touch. I just made some pumpkin bread. Look at it. Look at how beautiful it is. Oh my God, and it smells so good. It's like smelled up my whole apartment and it just smells amazing. Sunday night. Now we're showered, skincare routine done, got my leave-in conditioner for the week, and we're ready for the week ahead. Not really, but it's here anyways, whether or not I like it. Look at that. What a beauty. Reading update. I finished The Love Hypothesis today. If I could give a book 10 stars, I would give that book 10 stars. I loved it so much. And it's not that I wasn't expecting to love it. I actually was, which is why I was kind of scared to read it. But for it being third person and traditionally published, it knocked it out of the park for me. It was so fucking good. Adam Carlson, I mean, stop it. I'm unwell. I am unwell after reading that book. I mean, I love Adam Driver. Like, I've been a ride or die stan before people all started thinking he was hot. So I've been through it with that man and my support for that man. And now I feel like so many people are appreciating his beauty. And I'm like, thank you all. Welcome to my side. And to have a book where I could just picture him as the love interest the whole time, and it felt like so true to character And like Star Wars, Kylo Ren, Ben Solo, right? Like, oh my God. The book was just so good. Grumpy Sunshine, Fake Dating, Academia, which I really liked. I've never read a book set in academia before, and that was really cool. And I just loved how like smart Olive was and how smart Adam was, and like the fact that they could bond over their mutual love of science, which I could not fucking relate to. I hate science. I mean, science does great things, but like I was never good at science. Dorian's like, why are you talking and not to me? I heard you. No, you can't just get on the counter. That's not why we came up here. So anyways, I will talk about that book more in my monthly wrap-ups, but Leaps and Bounds, that is going to be in my top 10 of 2021. I loved that book so much. And now I'm at 71% of the way through, I think, Bad Boys Break Hearts by Macaulay Smelter. Here's the thing. I loved the beginning of it. I was getting 5-star energy right from the start up until about the 35% point, and then I started feeling a bit of a disconnect with it, which I don't know why. I don't know if it's because I stepped away for a few days and now going back, like I'm not as immersed in it, but I don't know, there are a few things that like take me out of the story. Like Rory and Mason went to an ice cream shop and they got in like a food fight there, and I don't know why that just like stuck out to me. And normally I can look past stuff with like, because obviously I don't want to read a book about like every realistic situation, but I'm like, y'all are in college and he's like dumping a milkshake on her head in this diner. I don't know. It just felt a little like, what the fuck? And now it's been twice that they have like been heavily making out and like starting shit, and he just abruptly walks away like twice now, which I love it when that happens once, because I love the like, oh my gosh, what's his deal? But then for the second time, I'm like, no. So if it happens a third time, I'm done. And I think the thing is, I'm not really connecting with Mason's character anymore because I'm finding him kind of whiny, where I love Rory, but Mason is coming across a little whiny to me. I'm still very much enjoying it. I just think now I'm feeling very much like 4-star energy from it, where I'm very much enjoying it, but there are like a few things that like have just been a little, to me. I do like Cole a lot. And I know his book is the next one, so I'm eager to see him get like a love story, because so far I'm really vibing with Cole. Oh my God, also I started Haunting Adeline over the weekend. That was the other book that I started. I'm only like 2 chapters into that so far. Like I'm really not far into it at all. I do think it's going to be like perfect for spooky season, so that I'm starting to work on now too. So I made good progress this weekend for not having like a ton of time to read. So I finished Queen of Shadows, I finished The Love Hypothesis, and I'm almost done with Bad Boys Break Hearts. So I'm counting that as a win in my book. Monday now, I'm on my lunch break. I'm just making my lunch here. I had tomato soup and grilled cheese yesterday, which is just like one of my all-time favorite meals. It's a comfort meal for me. And it's just like so gloomy and rainy outside today, and I slept like absolute garbage last night. So I'm like, I really just am feeling a grilled cheese and tomato soup for dinner or for lunch today. It just really feels right. I did not think that I was going to get any reading done on Monday. And I mean, like, did I technically read it on Monday? Like, yes, I finished it like last night and this morning. So I finished Bad Boys Break Hearts by Macaulay Smelter. I slept like garbage last night. I couldn't fall asleep, so I got almost all the way through. I had like 30 minutes left when I stopped last night, but I was like, I couldn't keep my eyes open anymore. And then I woke up in the middle of the night at 1:30 and I could not fall back asleep. So then I was just awake. So I finished reading in the middle of the night last night. I did really enjoy it. I just felt really disconnected from the characters after like the 50% mark. I don't know why. I just kind of like lost touch with both of them, especially Mason. Mason in the like last half of the book, I just found to be like kind of whiny. And I did kind of like the conflict because it made sense why like there would be problems with them being together with Cole. However, like that could have been solved if they would have all just sat down and had a conversation. But I mean, I know for a book's purpose, like, is that fun? And if they all sit down and they all have healthy communication? No. Like I saw this one TikTok talking about like rom-com couples who should never have ended up together. And the reasoning was like, they were toxic. And I'm like, I'm sorry. I don't want to watch 2 people having a healthy relationship on TV for every single movie that I'm watching, because where's the fun in that? Like if they have great conflict resolution skills. Not me. In real life, yes. I want everyone to be in loving and healthy relationships. But in my entertainment, I don't necessarily want that. I am really excited for the next book, more so I think than this one, especially after like reading this one, because I really liked Cole. And I liked at the end how he could be like the bigger dude and be like, yeah, you know, you really were like a shitty friend to me, but like I get it, and like go be with Rory, you know? Cole was mature. I don't think I'm gonna dive in just yet because I have some fall books. So I'm still only like a couple chapters into Haunting Adeline, and the next I think I'm gonna start is Gothicana. So I'm definitely not gonna get a chance to start either of those today because of Dune and recording the podcast, because Dune is like 2.5 hours long. Like, it's a long fucking movie. So by the time that I get done with work and then Katie and I watch that and then we record for the pod, I'm not gonna have any time to read today. So that's okay. Alrighty, it is the afternoon on Tuesday. Yeah, and I got Miss Arya here because she's being a little cuddler. Single mom who works 2 jobs. I only read a few chapters in Haunting Adeline because I was busy with the podcast stuff. I'm really liking that book so far. It's just, it's so thick and like really overwhelming, like just the length of it. But I am liking it. I will say, if I was Adeline, I would not be staying in that house exploring. Like when she hears her door slam in the middle of the night, like she gets up to investigate and she's more annoyed than anything. Where if I hear the slightest noise in the middle of the night, I think that someone's breaking in. I like am constantly thinking that I'm just gonna hear like glass shattering somewhere. Like I'm a very paranoid person. I always think that I'm going to be true crimed. I don't relate to her, but I do think that she's interesting in the fact that she's just like, I can face him. Like, okay, I'm happy for you. Doesn't seem like a logical decision to me, but if that's what floats your boat, then you go. So now that I had finished Bad Boys Break Hearts, I was looking for something else to read on my Kindle because I always tried to read one thing on my Kindle and then like paperbacks. So then at night when I'm laying in bed, I can like read on my Kindle in the dark. I started Crash Course by, what's her name? Alyssa Meyer? I don't know. Obviously I'll have to, look at you. You're so handsome. And his little ear hair, his little Beethoven hair. You're so cute. It's a student teacher book, which is kind of my go-to. I just was not really in the mood for starting another dark book because even though I have like paperbacks of like Gothicana, I was like, well, I could start that and then kind of like jump back and forth. But I just didn't really want another dark book. And this is the problem of being a mood reader, is that I can't stick to a TBR because even though I have like all of these other spooky books I want to be reading, while I'm reading Haunting Adeline, I just don't want something else dark. I want something like not even light, but like just not something that's like a dark romance. So I'm reading Crash Course, which so far I'm really liking it. I'm maybe only 10% of the way through, but you know how when you're climbing up there? But you know how when you start a book and you're like, this is just radiating 5-star energy? That's how I felt at the beginning of Bad Boys Break Hearts. So I'm like a little nervous because I've got like disconnected from those characters partway through. But I really liked the beginning of this book last night. I love student teacher. I love like a really broken, sad heroine or hero, which in this case is the heroine. And I'm excited to get into it. And I once again be propped up in my little, cabinet there because we're about to make a little afternoon coffee and then I'm gonna film, which is why I actually am like ready, although my bangs once again are not cooperating. They're now at like a bit of an awkward length now that they've grown out where they're like too long to hang in front, but they look like a little odd swept to the side. So they're just in a little bit of a funky place right now. It's fine. I'm going to wrap up this vlog here. This is gonna be my last check-in. So yesterday I received a bunch of books in the mail from Sonia. Again, Sonia, thank you so much. And one of the books that she sent me was the Skyscraper Cinderella trilogy, which is Kay Webster's like Stroke of Midnight, Prince Charming, and I can't remember what the last one is. So I was like, I gave her a few choice. I was like, there are so many of these I want to read. I want to start them all at once. What should I start first? And she suggested that. So I started and finished Stroke of Midnight last night. It was so good. I really thoroughly enjoyed it. It's like a twist on Cinderella, but like make it really dirty and like kinky. Why not, honestly? It's just very different from anything that I read. And I said this back in my first Banned, Forbidden, and Taboo reading vlog. I had read The Wild by Kay Webster, and I had said in that vlog, I did not like The Wild whatsoever. But I had said, I'm like, I like Kay Webster's writing, but I thought it was so boring being out in the wilderness. I just thought it was like with only basically 2 characters the whole time. I was so bored. I thought it was so outlandish and I just did not like it. But I'm like, the writing isn't bad. I just don't like the story itself. And I proved myself right that I do like Kate Webster's writing, and like this story really worked for me. So I'm very excited to jump into the next books. However, I don't think I'm going to because I need to finish. It's towards the end of October and I want to finish Haunting Adeline this month still, which I still have like 500 pages left of that book. And then I want to finish Crash Course, which I did some more reading in last night too when I went to bed. And I'm loving this book. This is kind of scary to say, but it's giving me Sweet Dandelion vibes a little bit. That scares me because if you know me, you know that Sweet Dandelion is one of my all-time favorite books, especially my all-time favorite student teacher book. And this one is almost giving me like similar-ish vibes. I'm not gonna get too much reading this weekend because it's Halloween weekend, so I will be going out. I am going as Pete Davidson in the SNL sketch with Timothy Chalamet, the Yeet Yeet Skirt Skirt sketch. Me and one of my friends are going as Pete Davidson and Timothy Chalamet. So we're gonna be downtown all day on Saturday, and Sunday we're going to be watching After We Fell for the podcast because we were supposed to watch it like on release day and cover it for Popcorn Chats. But then our theater only had 1 showing and Katie, my co-host, was working, so we couldn't see it, and now it's finally available to rent. So that's what we're gonna do on Sunday when we like are hungover and just need to hang out. So we're gonna watch that. So yeah, I'm not gonna get too much reading before the end of the month, so that's why I'm only gonna focus on Haunting Adeline and Crash Course. But yeah, that's where I'm gonna end this vlog. I don't know if anyone liked this or like weekly reading vlogs. I don't think I'm like necessarily great at them. It's my first time ever doing one, and it's really only because I was not prepared with my other content. Like I'm very behind on reading vlogs right now because I've been in kind of a slump, and if I force myself to read books, then I'm just gonna stay in that forever. So yeah, it's fine. We're working through it. So that's it for this weekly reading vlog, and I will see you when I see you.